What's poppin', y'all? This is Deidre with One Shot Game. You already know how the motto go. You get one shot at life, but a lifetime to learn all the game you need to succeed and grow and empower your life. You know, that's all it's about. It ain't no judgment. It ain't no, you know what I'm saying, picking on you. It ain't no making you feel bad. If those are the things that you feel when, somebody just trying to lace your boots and give you some game that you may not know, that's because those are all the feelings that you feel inside yourself. You know what I'm saying? And in order to be accepting of something you may not know, you have to be willing to release some things. And we're in the age now where it's harder for some people, you feel me, than others. And some people just don't care. They completely blind and not willing to grow. They are perfectly okay with living the life that they live. You know what I'm saying? So the topic of this video will be on how come as a human being it is harder for someone to be honest and tell the truth and acknowledge where a person is coming from. You know what I'm saying? We live in a day and age now where everybody is all cool and buddy as long as they're getting what they want. You know what I'm saying? And being the fact that we grew up in a world where nobody really says anything about anybody being wrong. You know what I'm saying? Everybody clicks up, everybody get together, and anything that is happening that's wrong, people ignore it and look the other way and act like it never happened. You know what I'm saying? And then there is a selected few people that will speak up and say something. And when they do, people just get amnesia or they go deaf. Like they didn't hear nothing that was said. Listen, absolutely not. Absolutely not. That is very dangerous, but at the same time, I'm a person with a big heart, and I'm loyal to a fault, which happens to be one of the traits that I'm not so proud of. But you feel me? It's kind of like at some point, when are we going to get to a period in life where we acknowledge where we are wrong? And even if your pride is so high that you don't want to admit to somebody that you was wrong with a simple apology, maybe, you know what I'm saying, actually think about what they told you that was really hurting them. And when you get around them, don't do that. To get back around them and they clearly told you that this type of behavior is not okay, and you keep doing it as if you can't hear or understand, is beyond me. You know what I'm saying? But again, you have to realize that people do that to the people that they know they can do it to. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are still stuck in the past. They have not moved forward in growing. So however, you know what I'm saying, actions, movements, and thoughts they used in the past, they for some reason can't seem to process or understand what you're saying if you have grew, and that behavior that they used in the past is no longer okay. They seem to act like you Ray Charles. You know what I'm saying? Can't see nothing. And deaf to what you're telling them. And it's crazy because it's like, I know you clearly understand what I'm saying to you. You just refuse to accept it because you were okay with doing what you were doing before. And listen, let me tell you something. The way people do it is they'll do something to you that you feel me, may hurt that other person, but then they'll do 500 million other things that is not hurting them. So when you confess to them, hey, look, you were doing something that's hurting me and I'm not okay with it. Well, what about the time I did this? And what about the time I did that? We're not counting favors. What I'm telling you is you're acting out a certain behavior that I am not okay with it. And every time, you know what I'm saying, I come around, you repeat the same behavior. You know what I'm saying? And instead of changing it or even giving a simple apology, In this day and age, people will just completely stay away from you. The relationship will make a 360 because they can no longer use you. A quote that I heard from Kevin Gates on Instagram is, the takers easily identify the givers. And that's facts. You know what I'm saying? So at some point, you have to be willing to give that energy back to yourself, which is something I am doing. And I am so happy that I am. But I used to have this period in my life where I give. You know what I'm saying? And listen, I'm not into judging. I'm not into pushing people away. I'm not into, you know what I'm saying, just, oh, you can't do this, I'm not cool with you. No. I tell you something that's affecting me, you know what I'm saying, and you don't even respond. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? Or you hit me back with a manipulation tactic. You know what I'm saying? People in this day and age are clearly aware of what they do. So if they are easily manipulating you, that's because you're not strong enough to see through it. You know what I'm saying? And if they choose not to respond back to something that you're telling them is hurting you, then they clearly don't care. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I am a respectable person. I treat people the way I want to be treated. But I have been a giver in life. You know what I'm saying? So one time I explained this situation to somebody, you know what I'm saying? And listen, because I just at the time was insecure about myself and needed the love or needed someone to just be around me, I was taking the abuse that they was giving me. You know what I'm saying? And the type of abuse they was giving me was, every time I go over there, I would have to drive somewhere, or I would have to, you feel me, pay for something. Meaning, you know what I'm saying? They'd be like, oh, can you take me to the store? I'm like, all right, cool, because I'm thinking they need something. We get to the store, all of a sudden they ask me, can I pay for whatever they got on the counter? What? Okay, cool. You got away with that a couple of times. All right, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But then when I need the same thing from you, I can't get it. When you get the car and you driving all over Sacramento, you going to kick it with everybody you can get something from. I ask you to pull up on me, it's a no. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not counting favors, I'm not keeping track, but it's like, why you can't give the same type of love to me that I'm giving to you? You know what I'm saying? And people will twist it around and make it seem like you pushed them away. No. You know what I'm saying? I've been the same entire person my whole life. Like, I'm so much of a giver. At one point I was a pushover. You know what I'm saying? I would do things for people just to get some type of validation. You know what I'm saying? But it came to a point where I was gonna stop all that and give that energy back to myself. I was depleting myself by giving energy to people that wasn't reciprocating the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Period. And it's crazy because it's like you won't even get an apology. They'll just completely stop talking to you. I had some solidified bonds that I've, you know what I'm saying, acquired over the years that I no longer have because I am no longer the user. You know what I'm saying? And the takers only hang around people they can use. If they no longer can use you, you're not a validation anymore. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because it's like, damn, if I'd have knew you thought about me like that whole time, I would have rearranged what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? But listen, some people grow and some people don't. I'm just at a point in my life where I grew. And the old person that people know, you know what I'm saying? Oh, we could tell her whatever. Oh, we can do whatever. Oh, she's going to accept this. Oh, we could take from her for whatever. Oh, she's going to be okay with this. But then when I speak up and finally say something, crickets. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like, we're all grown. So the reason you seem to not want to respond or don't want to have clear communication with me is because you know that you're that type of person and you don't plan on changing. Because any grown adult would be like, you know what, hey, I understand what you're saying. I'm sorry you feel that way. I will work on my behavior. You know what I'm saying? I apologize. I won't do that again. If you really care about the person. But if you don't, you using them and them speaking up about it, you won't even care. Won't even bother you at all. Not even a tiny bit. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because it's like, at some point, I know for a fact, everybody knows, you know what I'm saying, right, wrong, left, right. Everybody that I have been around and grew up with has had hurt feelings at one point in time. But you never expressed those hurt feelings. You kept allowing them to do it to you. You got used to it, and you do it to others. And because you never expressed how they were hurting your feelings, when you hurt somebody else's feelings and they express to you how you're hurting their feelings, you're blind. You can't see. It doesn't wrap around in your mind. You can't understand it. It's like Spanish. And that's crazy to me because I know that as humans, we clearly understand exactly everything they just said. If you're able to function in society and you're a parent and you know what I'm saying, you vibe with people and you have an understanding and you work a job, you know that when somebody tell you something is wrong or you're doing something that's not okay, how to accurately respond to it if it benefits you. But if it doesn't, you act like you get amnesia and all of a sudden you don't understand nothing that they're saying. And they'll flip it on you. People that have a blocked mind to what they're doing will flip it on you. You know what I'm saying? And now you are the person they mad at because you pushed them away. No, that's not the case because I'm open. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to understand and listen and change my behavior in any way that needs to be changed so that I won't go around hurting people. Which means if you are communicating to me how something I'm doing is hurting you, I'm going to effectively communicate with you back and tell you, okay, I didn't know that hurt you. I apologize. I won't do it again. I'm a stand-up person when it comes to that. You feel me? I'm not beating around the bush. I'm not lying. I'm not trying to get over on people. I'm not intentionally doing people wrong. I don't have time for that because that type of karma will get played back on you. And the more people wrap their mind around things like that, actually what they're portraying to people is the same thing they're getting back. But they can't see through it. They think they are doing nothing wrong. And that fuels the anger, that fuels the aggression, that fuels the attitude because you know what's going on. You just don't want to address it and you allow it to keep happening. You know what I'm saying? And then it's a repeated cycle that never ends. Anybody I lost in this time period, it was meant for you to stay where you are because I clearly communicated certain things to certain people and I tell them, hey, this is not okay. Please don't do this. And they intentionally do it again. We're not slow. I'm not going to keep repeating myself. If that's the game you want to play, cool. You know what I'm saying? People evolve and grow. Meaning, at some point in life, the person that you were used to getting away with certain things with, they have the right to speak up. If you care about them, you will adjust your behavior. But if you haven't grew, you cannot see what they are saying because you only surround yourself around people that allow you to do that to them. You know what I'm saying? I am not the victim. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna make me feel bad about us disconnecting the relationship. I am no longer the person I once was, which means you cannot do the things that you was doing to me because I'm gonna speak up and I'm gonna say something about it. I have that right. And if you choose not to adjust your behavior, you know what I'm saying? Then that's your loss, not mine. You know what I'm saying? Because I know the type of person that I am to people. I have a big heart. I am a giver. I reciprocate. And what I can't, I make up for it in other ways. So it's not like I'm losing anything. You know what I'm saying? It's your loss. For you acting like you can't see what is going on. But you can, it's just that doesn't work for your benefit. And if it doesn't work for your benefit, then I'm going to act like I don't hear it. And it's crazy because it's like, damn, you really never cared about me as a person. All you cared about is what you can get out of the situation. That's all it was about. Period. You know, and the way our society is these days, man, listen, people will do stuff wrong in your face and won't nobody say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Nobody say nothing. I genuinely love people. I genuinely care about people. I genuinely understand that, you know what I'm saying, you will not get them same people twice. Because of the simple fact, I've had people in my life that I didn't get enough time with before God took them back. So it made me cherish people more. You know what I'm saying? And it's just crazy how everybody is the victim these days. Nobody take accountability for what they do wrong. Nobody just gets up and decide they gonna do you wrong. You know what I'm saying? It was something you allowed for them to do you wrong. You allowed it into your energy field. You know what I'm saying? You allowed that person to get close to you. You allowed it. Instead of seeing the signs beforehand and recognizing, you know what? This is not going to turn out too good. So now you complaining about, you know what I'm saying, what you allowed to happen to you. That's crazy to me. Listen, let's get out of the victim mentality and you get stronger on your boundaries. You stand on 10 toes. You get stronger in who you are. Because once you get stronger in who you are, you'll have the ability to cut off anybody that still thinks it's okay to move like that. And it's no hard feelings. I still got love for you, but go hang around the people that allow you to do that to them. Because I don't want people around me that do what you're doing. I gave you a chance. I expressed how I felt about it, and you still not willing to change. You still think it's perfectly okay to keep doing what you're doing, and that's fine. It's people that haven't grew yet. That's okay with that. Go over there. Don't bother me. I am going to leave the relationship where it is at this point because you are seeming not to understand. And listen, as adults, we're out here making moves. We're out here having babies. We're out here, you know what I'm saying, having to take care of important responsibilities. So there's no way you can tell me you don't understand what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting what I'm putting down. For real, there's no way. You can tell me that. It's just you refuse to change. You've never had anybody tell you, hey, that is not okay. So in your mind, it is, I'm just not going to respond. I need to go around somebody that's okay with what I'm doing because you have spoken up and said something about it and I'm not used to it. And that's crazy to me because it's like we're adults. You should be able to tell somebody when they're wrong without getting aggressive, without them yelling, without them trying to prove a point, without them trying to shut you down, without them trying to make it seem like you don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? And that is the old programming of them treating you how you used to be. You know what I'm saying? But there's no rule book for you speaking up for yourself. It's no rule book for you finally getting to a point where you're growing and you're understanding, look, that's not okay. I don't like it. It made me feel some type of way. I never said nothing about it before because I wasn't strong enough in myself to set them boundaries. I was still trying to get gratification for you being around me. And even though it hurt me, I just didn't say nothing about it. But now I don't need your gratification. You know what I'm saying? I am strong in who I am. So I'm telling you, hey, look, that's not okay. Why are you doing that? And you just completely act as if you have no idea what's going on. Listen, it is strange that people choose to do that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm the type of person that I'm not going to force it on you. I'm not going to keep telling you, you know what I'm saying, you're doing something that is I don't agree with. and you do it in front of my face, or you wait till I come around and do it again, and then you act like I never said nothing, I'm just gonna completely object to even being around you. I'm gonna peep the game, see what's going on, and see if you take heed into anything I said. And if not, then listen, don't call me to kick it, don't call me to come over, don't call me for none of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm at a space where I'm tired of giving chances. People be dead wrong, and don't want to accept it, don't want to acknowledge it. Pride too high to even give an apology. And that to me explains right there that you are okay with hurting people. You are okay with what you doing, and shouldn't nobody say nothing. And that's exactly why you gonna stay over there. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I don't got time. I don't got time. And I will stick to myself easily because, again, we're too grown. It was okay in the younger years when, you know what I'm saying, people would, drink the bottle or get high or whatever and act like their feelings wasn't hurt. We'd just stuff them in the back and keep going on and on like nothing ever happened, knowing the whole time when we have to sit with ourselves, maybe something somebody did really did hurt our feelings for real. But we just ain't gonna say nothing. Listen, that period is over. I am no longer settling for that. It's best, if you feel like it's okay for you to do what you do, to stay away from me. Stay over there. I'm not gonna lose no sleep, baby. I'm gonna go to sleep and probably be drooling because I allowed it. It was okay when I wasn't confident in who I am. And now that I've grew and I'm giving my energy back to me, I want the same energy reciprocated. And if I can't get that, I'm not going to lose no sleep. And I'm going to communicate it to you. Just like I would expect if I'm doing something wrong that's hurting you, for you to communicate it to me. But again, it goes back to our programming. A lot of us have been taught not to express when our feelings are hurt. So nobody does it. It's just a kumbaya party every time we get together. And then when we do express it, oh man, you got people yelling, people want to fight, people getting aggressive. When you're confident in who you are, you respond in a calm manner. If I ever hurt anybody, I sincerely apologize. That was never my intention. You know what I'm saying? But at the time, I thought what I was doing was right and nobody had never said nothing. Now I'm in a stage of my life to tell me, am I hurting your feelings? You know what I'm saying? Am I making you feel some type of way? Speak up. It's cool when everybody's chilling, having a good time, and money is exchanged, and everybody lit, and we acting like we can't see what's going on. Listen, no. Let's grow together. So, listen, I'll be chilling by myself because a lot of people haven't got to that point yet. And I'm considered the A ball. In all the pool balls. So everybody like, oh shit, we can no longer pull the wool over her eyes no more. We gotta see straight through. And that's the crazy part. You know what I'm saying? I love everybody. I'm loyal again to a fault. You know what I'm saying? But I could rock with you through social media until you get to a point where we can understand that we are grown adults and it's time that we express when things are not hurting us. It's a time and a place. I will never embarrass nobody, make nobody look crazy ever, because nobody wants to go through that. But I will tell you, what you are doing, that's hurting me and my feelings. And if you can't seem to change it and you want to be in this victim mentality where you can't seem to understand what's going on, still a baby girl and a baby boy, and we it's time to grow. So man, I don't know what it is, but I just told you. Please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Because a lot of us be out here moving wrong and don't nobody be saying nothing.